Hey everyone, it's Lisa from the blog farmhouseonboone.com, and today I am super excited to finally share our farmhouse bathroom makeover / renovation with you. Now, if you remember back in January of 2019 when we purchased this farmhouse, this bathroom was an addition. So it did not have any of the original character of the rest of the house. It had some laminate flooring laid down that looked like wood, but it definitely didn't match up nicely to the freshly finished wood floors outside of the door. It had trim around the closet, door, and window that didn't have the thick original character or the rosettes like the rest of the house, and all of that is what we wanted to bring back into this space. We also really needed a downstairs bathtub. We currently have 2 other bathrooms upstairs that have bathtubs and showers that are full bathrooms, but on the main level is really where we needed one for a few reasons. One is, I cannot tell you, this is not necessarily something that people do on purpose, but I cannot tell you how nice it is to have on the main level a laundry room, bathroom combination. So at the end of the day, especially now in the summer, we bring the boys in here to get them ready for bed. We throw their dirty clothes into the washer. We rinse them off in the bathtub. They don't need a full bath every single night, but just they're dirty, their feet are dirty. Put them in the bath for just a few minutes, grab the diapers out of the little closet nook area, and then bring them upstairs to the bedrooms completely clean. So we needed the bath for purposes like that. Obviously we can bring them upstairs, but this is just really nice to have here. Also, Luke and I are going to be moving down here in order to have more bedroom space available as our family grows. So we're going to get rid of the dining room, and we're going to have a bedroom, living room, kitchen down here as opposed to a formal dining room. And it's nice to have a place to bathe on the level where you're sleeping. Also, there just was space for it. When I walked in here, I thought this bathroom is too big to just have a little piece of furniture sitting under the window. There needs to be a tub. Now, one problem that we did encounter is that there was a closet behind the tub, and we knew we'd block the door. So we opted to shorten that and create a little nook for towels and diapers and cleaning supplies instead. Now let's talk about some of the work that we did on this bathroom. One of the first things we did, probably last summer actually, was we had the tub sandblasted. We pulled this bathtub out of the green and white cottage that was on this property originally. So if you remember last summer, we gutted the interior of the second cottage on our property in order to restore it. But what we found was the building was sitting on dirt. It basically, once we got it down to the studs, we realized there was really nothing left worth restoring. Also, once we started entertaining that idea, because that wasn't our original plan at all, we had full intentions of restoring it, we realized that we didn't want a building there. If we were going to be basically rebuilding it, we realized there was no need for a building there because we needed a garden and the view of the barn was obstructed. And so we took it down and we took this tub out. So we had the tub sandblasted, and then we just primed it with some paint so it wouldn't rust, and we put it in the barn and we left it there for probably 9 months. Then the other day, or probably 2 weeks ago, when we actually were finally ready to plumb this tub, Luke was heading out with the white paint that I gave him to paint it. And I had a split-second, last-minute decision for him to paint it with the leftover paint from the pantry. So if you remember our pantry makeover, I used a almost bluish paint called Carolina Gull by Benjamin Moore. And I was like, wait, let's do that. And he doesn't care. He's like, okay. Another thing that I really wanted to do to bring more character to this room was trim it out with some of what would have been original had this not been an add-on. So I went to a local salvage shop. It's the same one that I found my fireplace insert and summer cover, and he has piles of architectural salvage, things that he pulls from houses and I picked up all of the moldings to go around the cabinet and the window and the door and the rosettes so that we were able to cut them and put them in place and add some of this original detail that we have throughout the rest of the house. We also added beadboard. We just did 4 foot high, so we got the 8 foot sheets and we cut them. So we put beadboard around, then we added the trim for the window and the windowsill and the closet and the door. And then we added a chair rail on top of that to finish it all off. And I really think it adds so much character. My favorite project for this room, which I'm so glad that it came together because I was really worried that it wouldn't come together like I was expecting because there are so many variables, is this vanity here. So this was a dresser that I found on Facebook Marketplace. I believe I paid around $250 for it. I had the marble top cut for an undermount sink. I had the faucet holes cut, and then after it was all plumbed in, Luke and I actually cut the drawers down so that the plumbing would still be in the back, but we would still have storage on the bottom 2 drawers. I was planning to go into this whole process here on this video, but instead I'm going to do a separate video and blog post with all of the details of that in case this is a project that you want to try. So some of the things that we experienced doing this that would have made it a little bit easier, take some of those variables and unknowns out. Now, I originally found this idea from my friend Sarah over at She Holds Dearly. She has a vanity just like this, and I absolutely love hers. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit wider, but all the inspiration there. I always love the look whenever I see an antique piece of furniture, especially in an old house like this, because you just cannot find, no matter how hard you look, it seems that you cannot find something that adds the same charm that's ready-made and new. And I really want to still be able to have that, even though, of course, this house didn't have plumbing when it was built. So there's nothing that can be truly original, but at least to honor the style. Also, I will be linking down in the description box below all of the paint colors and the finishes so that if you're looking for a faucet like what we have here on our clawfoot tub or the faucet for the sink, it will be there. Now, some of these things are antique. So for example, the mirror, we actually pulled that off of another dresser that we bought that's actually going in the cottage, but the mirror wouldn't fit, so I didn't have use for the mirror there, so it fits in here. The lights I found on Etsy, so those I believe are still for purchase, depending on if the shop owner is back. I think they were taking a little bit of a break. But like the soap dishes, those are just vintage. Obviously, the vanity, you can find one similar, but it's vintage. Now, the peg racks. I knew I wanted some kind of storage next to the tub for a towel that you could grab really quick when you're done. But a full peg rack wasn't going to fit because it would have ran into the toilet. And I actually bought a 5 peg rack over on Etsy, and we just cut it in half, or we cut it in 3 and 2. We used 2 by the sink so that we could have a little place to hang towels, and then we used 3 over by the tub. I painted it the same color so that it looks built in and seamless, and it's just a nice place to hang one towel, maybe a little brush or accessory. I don't know if I'll hang something else on here, but for now, I think that they look really nice. Another thing I did was paint the back of the door. I plan to paint the other side as well, I just haven't got to it, but I really wanted this color, which is called Balanced Beige, by the way, all throughout this whole bathroom for everything to run seamlessly together, and I really feel that it does. Now, you might remember that this room is also a laundry room, and there really isn't much I can do about that, but like I said, I feel like it's really nice, but obviously having your laundry room in your nice bathroom isn't always ideal because you need to keep the laundry somewhat concealed. We do laundry daily, so that actually works out for us, but in order to make it not stand out a ton, we carried the beadboard and the chair rail all around and through that area just to make it seamlessly run together and make the washer and dryer less of an eyesore. We also kept the shelf that we had originally, and I used my handmade basket liners and baskets to add a little bit of charm to the shelf. So if you are looking for a tutorial for a basket liner, I do have these gray linen basket liners here on my channel. I show you how to make them. I actually made those in my last house. Now for the little nook above the tub, we actually do plan to make a cabinet door because I want to be able to just shove it with stuff, because It looks nice now, but that'll take effort to keep it that way. As much as I like how it looks, I still think I want the cabinet door, but I feel like it's gonna take us really thinking about the perfect size. And so for this reveal, to get this done, I just painted the entire interior of the cabinet the same balanced beige, added some baskets. So I have a basket full of cleaning supplies, a basket full of diapers and wipes, because that's the stuff that we keep in here. And then I just put my laundry detergent behind the towels so that you can't see the colors, but they're there and they need to be accessible because this is a laundry room. In past times, I have taken my laundry detergent and poured it into a pretty glass jar, which would be wonderful, but I know myself and I know that I won't keep up with it, and soon it'll just be looking like a laundry room closet. That's actually what my husband accused me of the other day. He was like, oh yeah, I don't mind, you know, if you don't put the door on there, and it looks really nice right now, but I know in a couple weeks I can just put things how I used to put them. I'm like, fair. So that is something I'm still hoping to do. We want to do exposed hinges on a little cabinet door, but for now I just love how it looks, and it's pretty enough that maybe it'll motivate me to keep it looking just like that. For the art, this was a last minute decision. Just yesterday, actually, we were painting and we were preparing because I knew I was going to shoot this reveal today. And this blank wall above the toilet just looked like it needed something. And I remember that I had this frame stashed away. I bought it probably a year or more ago, shared it on one of my antique hauls, and I thought, you know what, that is the perfect size. So I got on Etsy and ordered a landscape print for $6. I have this little hack that I do now where I measure the inside of the frame, because all of my frames are very weird. There's no art that comes in the size of 12 by 24, or at least not easily available. I'm sure you could find it, but I needed it now. Literally, I needed it yesterday. And so I got on Canva, I made a 12 by 24 custom size graphic, and then I drug my Etsy file that I paid for into it and then resize it so it fit, and then I just sent it to a local printer that we have here, which I am so thankful for, because having that place, see if you can find one in your area, it makes my job so much easier, because there's always some last minute touch I want to add to a room, and you can't find art last minute. You can go to an antique shop, you're probably gonna find what you want, and they literally printed it off that day. And so it looks really nice in my opinion. It's just a print on some matte paper. I don't remember what I paid for the frame, but the download and then the print itself I think was less than $15. So perfect for this. I will eventually get custom glass, but for now it's just sitting in there like that. Also, another detail I forgot to mention on the tub, I also opted to buy the antique brass drain, which our plumbing does not show because it's so close to the wall. But on the front, they had just patched the overflow hole with a piece of metal, and I wanted it instead to show the same color as the faucet. So I did order the drain with the cute little stopper and the overflow cover all in one, so that would be a nice little detail that you could see from the front of the tub. Now there is some staining and rust there in that area, and I might eventually fix it, but we did not resurface this tub. I've been told by many that if you resurface the inside, it never lasts, because the things that actually they use to, it's basically just a paint and eventually comes off. So I really didn't want to mess with it. I feel like it's nice enough, especially because it was free, and it works. Now the rug, my mother-in-law actually gave me this for Christmas. It's not vintage. I don't even know where it's from, so I wish I could link it for you, but I can't. I will link everything possible in the description box. I hope that you enjoyed this video and following along with our bathroom renovation that was born in my head over a year ago and is finally complete, just adding details here and there, collecting tubs and faucets and vanities and soap dishes and trim and rosettes. It all finally comes together if you're patient and pay attention to the details and just bring it together slowly but surely. All right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're brand new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I make 2 new videos every week on food from scratch, natural living, and a handmade home. Thank you so much for stopping by the farmhouse.